Welcome, I'm Kenny Stevenson, the host of Sand in Your Shoes News. We cannot wait to start the news report tonight. We're going to be talking about the ever-controversial events that are growing and brewing in the Middle East right now between Israel and the Arab territories. Now, before we begin, we're going to start with our panelists. On the far left, we have, all the way from the Gaza Strip, we have Canasta Beat Ali. Thank you, Canasta, for coming over and speaking to us tonight. On the right, we're going to have Rabbi Shosh leader from Israel, Ovadia Yosef. Thank you, Ovadia, for coming over tonight and speaking with us. It's always a pleasure that Israel comes over. We secretly favor you guys, but I can't say that on the air. Oops, I already did. And lastly, on the far right, we have Vice President Joseph Biden's official secretary on Middle Eastern Affairs, Emily Thompson. So, Emily, I have to ask you, why do you think that you are qualified to adequately represent our panelists tonight?
Well, Kenny, it's pretty simple, really. American Jews actually have a lot in common with Israeli Jews, and I would know I'm an assimilated Jew here in the U.S. Well, for example, we're both Jewish. Well, we're all Jewish. What does it really matter?
Don't touch me.
Well, as all of you know, recently President Obama sent Vice President Joseph Biden over to Israel to talk about the recent developments that have been going on with the illegal settlements over in the occupied territories. So now I'm going to turn to you, Canasta Beat Ali. What do you think is the deal here?
All of Islam, hear me now. Biden's head must be on a stick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, Big Daddy. We're going to have to ask you to sit down. Sand in Your Shoes News does not support any aspect of terrorism on or off the air. Please remain in your seat and be quiet.
Well, what is terrorism?
Well, terrorism is actually quite simple, Canasta Beat. Here in America, we define terrorism as being any act of violence that is clandestine or subnational. Basically, anybody that doesn't have a country that's screwing around with other people. So that means you, man.
Well, we have our own country now, the Gaza Strip.
No. The Gaza is ours. We were promised the land of milk and honey to suck on. You can go suck somewhere else.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to have to ask you to calm down, okay?
Well, I'm actually going to have to side with my Jewish colleague on this one. I do read the Torah sometimes and wear that thing on his head, a yarmulke.
You don't even know what a yarmulke is.
Yes, I do. I'm Jewish. I mean, you put it on your head and it looks really nice and it's festive. Whatever.
What are you doing? That is not kosher. That is not kosher.
Well, you see, Yosef, she's not actually eating the lipstick. It's just a fashionable thing to do here. It's completely fine, I assure you.
She smells like desert flower.
Yes, it is quite nice.
So what do you guys think about all of this? Should Emily be allowed to wear lipstick on air? Text 555 with a yes or no in the next 5 minutes. We'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Hi, I'm Ben Gurion. Ever since the creation of Israel, the United States has been sending monetary donations, yes, monetary donations, to the brother Jews in Israel. And what we say to that is, screw you, start sending your sons to battle for us. We need them to practice punitive punishment. We're going to hit them, and we're going to hit them hard. And then we're going to hit them again. Because that's what we do. So we need your sons, not your money. Good day.
And, well, that was from our Jewish American sponsors. We all know that there's so many of them out here in America, and we appreciate you guys dearly. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. Thank you, guys.
Actually, Kenny, that is correct. Jewish Americans really do sway the presidential vote, just throwing that out there.
You see, that's an interesting point you bring up here, Emily. That is actually true. They do influence the elections. We're ever in debt to them. They have such an impact. But I have to turn now to Yosef. If that's true, why have you been seen quoting, the following? You see, it seems you've been saying, down with Western civilization. They make us slaves. We should be able to build wherever we want to build. What's the deal?
I speak the truth.
Do not listen to him. Joseph is a racist Nazi. He is nothing but a son of a... The day of Allah's reckoning will come, and your terrorists will be vanquished.
Well, those are some pretty strong words from the both of you. Let's rewind here for a second. Yosef, what do you think about Biden's recent visit?
Biden is a coward. You send Obama, then we have tea and talk about the real issue.
Well, I'm sure it was nothing personal, man. He's a very busy man. Obama wouldn't purposefully, disregard you. It'll work out.
Oh, nothing personal. Well, in that case, I'm going to build 5,000 more new Israeli settlements in the West Bank. But nothing personal.
Oh, now. That's a little much, don't you think?
Shut up. Shut up. I will not speak to her. We will not speak to her. Tell her we will not speak to her.
He's not going to speak to you, Emily.
Why won't he speak to me?
Yosef, why won't you speak with Emily?
Because she is a woman. She attracts the bears, so she must go behind the curtain.
You must go behind the curtain.
What curtain?
The burqa would be nice. We like the burqa.
So now, if you don't mind, let's go back and resync. What is the deal with Obama?
Well, Tikani, universal health care is ridiculous. You see, the Torah specifically stipulates that bad people are poor, so let them die. But Barak is poor name like Ehud.
So now I'm going to turn my attention to Emily. Ms. Thompson, what is your expert opinion on the matter?
Actually, Kenny, I really think that it was a good thing for both the U.S. and Israel. It restarted our relations, really.
Well, if everything you say is correct, it should be very evident in the next clip. We're now going to go live to our field reporter in the middle of some very tumultuous, apparently hostile environment. We've got Colleen on the scene. Colleen, how you doing out there?
Well, Kenny, I'm at the heart of an isolated part of East Jerusalem. Things seem to be pretty quiet here, to be honest. But I have had a talk with some of the local Arab residents, and they have informed me that there was some initial confusion as to who owned the land when they first returned from their picnic near Lake Tiberias. You see, they returned to find their homes destroyed, their cattle slaughtered, and their crops burnt to the core. But they have told me that this is no big deal, really. It's just a simple misunderstanding. This kind of thing, Kenny, seems to happen all the time. Now, before we go out, I'd like you to pan over and see that some of the local youth, they've taken an odd interest in throwing stones, but they have informed me that they can trust completely in the PLO to resolve the situation and they don't have any fears. In fact, this just in, Mahmoud Abbas has just released a press release. He will literally spank Netanyahu's mother in the Rear region. I'm Colleen. Back to you, Kenny.
Well, thank you, Colleen, for that very interesting report. As you can see, this is a very controversial issue. It's not going to be finished anytime soon, but it's obviously getting a lot better before it's getting worse. We thank you, all of our panelists, but especially Israel. Israel, it's always a pleasure to have you on here. Yosef, you are such a blessing to have in this world. You are clearly having the most sane views. Ali, I appreciate you being on here, but I just can't take you seriously with that turban thing on your head. And you're just ignorant, man. So, yeah, so anyway, this has been Sand in Your Shoes News. Thank you and good night.
Yes, Prime Minister, we have them.